So you want to become an English teacher? Well, today we're going to be looking into International TEFL Academy. Is it legitimate TEFL certification? Can you find a job? We'll find that out right now. So we're going to start by saying International TEFL Academy is a legit certification with 25 locations around the world based in Chicago. And I've been teaching for a year now. When you first sign up, it's like you can't even sign up without contacting them first. At least that's how it was back when I signed up. And then you basically pay and then you're off. And then they also have the online portion, which I can't speak on my behalf. So I didn't do that. I did the in-person TEFL learning. Your first month is intense. Like, it's a very intensive course. This is not holiday, it's intense. So basically, if you're a native speaker, you're fine. You know, you could just take the course and then continue. But if you're not native, you have to either pass a test or have like a bachelor's degree in English. It doesn't need a bachelor's degree to teach, but most likely in Asian countries, you do need it. You could get away without it, but you just won't get paid as much. In South America, they don't really look for a bachelor's degree as long as you're native. That's like the biggest key point they're looking for. I took my course over in Arequipa, Peru. It took about a month of an intense course. You're working around 6 hours a day, 6 to 8, and you have like mythology and grammar, and then you observe about, I think it was 12 hours or something. It was about 4 classes, and each class is about 2 to 3 hours long. And then you have to actually do the student teachings like right away, basically the next week. And that student teachings are each 2 hours long, and you do about 5 or 6 classes in this actual teaching school. Well, they're actually watching you. And then you have to write a 10-page grammar paper and then like a 6-page mythology paper. Yeah, it's all packed in. It's legit. You're actually taught by a certified teacher. And you also must pass the test. There's actually a test in the end, and you have to at least pass it, otherwise you can't get it. If you don't pass it, you could retake it, but then if you fail that again, it's done. But I'm telling you right now, if you just study and you show up to class, you will pass. And then some schools, like here in Paraguay, they actually want you to go through another course of their own, so you get to learn the mythology of how they teach. So the school I was sent to over in Arequipa actually had to deal with a nearby university, so we fulfilled the same requirements. So I actually got a TEFL and a TESL certification, 2 different things from different credentials. It feels super, I feel very qualified for this activity. And yeah, it's just had to pay an extra $100 for that. I'm in like University de La Salle. So with TEFL, it just means that I could teach English as a foreign language. So, you know, like here in Paraguay, Peru, places that it's a foreign language. And then TESL, teach English as a second language. So places like United States, Australia, UK, where it's taught as a second language. So I'm qualified for doing both. So will you make a lot of money? Not in South America, at least, because you get paid basically like $5 an hour. This is nothing. So you won't really pay off the TEFL certification, but of course the experience in itself is rewarding. You could take that certification and go to like an Asian country or the Middle East, and then you'll make some solid cash. So South America is very easy to find a job, and International TEFL Academy has a lifetime job assistance. So I haven't used it yet, and I really haven't felt the need to use it, but they do have it if you need it. And I've had friends that actually found this job that I was at from them. So that's pretty straightforward. And the thing about TEFL and teaching is that even if you're in a place that has like 80% unemployment, English teachers are always in demand because it's the lingua franca, you know. It's the language that connects the world. So if you have a cheap certification, like $100 online, you know, like level 1 or whatever, then you could still get hired. Like, I know one of my friends got hired at the same school I was, but she had a master's degree in English. So that was the biggest thing that she got. So if you have like a master's degree, you could probably get away with getting some cheap TEFL certification and still get qualified. But if you're gonna wanna go to like maybe to China or something that actually pays you some quality money, then you're gonna want a quality TEFL certification. I can't speak too much on Asian countries, but International TEFL Academy has a lot of information on that. Like, they got like story takeovers where basically one of the teachers working there actually takes over the country and they show their day-to-day life and all kinds of questions they go over. you can just check their page. You can see all their story takeovers. Back when I was looking for my TEFL certification, I looked at a place called Oxford Seminars, and I was about to do it in person over there. And turns out that their TEFL certification is like a level 1, and there's just a bunch of negative reviews on that. So thankfully, always look at the negative reviews. Always, you always look. People always post when there's negative. So positive is gonna be less, and those are the ones you'll usually find first. So go ahead, you can pause this video, look at the negative reviews for International TEFL Academy. You will not find any. Like, I've looked, I couldn't find any. You might find maybe a few ones that, actually no, I don't think I found any, yeah. Oxford Seminars, it was bad. I was so glad when I actually found this certification company. And yeah, I called them, I even told them about Oxford Seminars, and they were like, that's a joke. I felt so much more comfortable over here. And look at, now I'm in Paraguay, just relaxing. Yeah, I'm not currently teaching English. Let's just say International TEFL Academy changed my life. You could say that. I've always loved traveling. I've been traveling for 2 years. Approximately, I traveled like a year in Australia for just backpacking reasons. And now I found an excuse to travel again. But remember, you're still teaching, so don't always take this as a holiday, because you gain a routine, but you're working in another country, which is still traveling. Like, it is. You're still getting another place, new adventures. Yeah, after like some time, after a year, like, you kind of get to know the gist of it, but then you can just move on. It's the beauty of it. So if you found this review helpful, then pretty much I left the link down below. And if you sign up, I believe you get a discount. And just ask for the same admission advisors that I used, so you can talk to the same one, and then you say my name, and then boom, happy days. So yeah, I hope you do take the plunge if you are thinking about it. Because if you are thinking about it, I say just do it. Like, just do it. Because I've taken so many courses in my life. Not so many, like 3. But every single one, I always like to do a lot of research into it. And this is actually probably the best one. Like, oh, it's so difficult to say. I mean, that is very difficult to say, but this is one of the best ones. Like, this is the one that just sets you out right away. Does it pay off very quickly? If you go here in South America, no. Go to another place, yes, but that's not the point. It's the experience. It's like, what, $1,500? Depends where you go. So it's peanuts. Like, it's nothing. I say do it. Like, just travel. It definitely sparks it. It sparks you just to get out there and do it. Gives you confidence too. Become a teacher. Like, whoever think I'd be a teacher?